Level 5, grade E, multiplying 3-digit and 2-digit numbers together without a calculator. Now we have many different ways. I'm going to show you 3 different ways, maybe 4 if we have time. The standard way that I was taught when I was at school is to multiply using a column method. This is probably the most efficient way of doing it, but it is the most prone to error because you're doing a lot of things in a small space. It's quite easy to make a mistake. So I would not suggest to use this method unless you are very happy with it and always get it right, but I will walk it through it. So we start by timesing 237 by 6, so we do 6 7s are 42, we carry the 4, 6 3s are 18, plus 4 is 22, carry the 2, 6 2s are 18, 6 2s are 12, plus 2 is 14. Now, which is where the first real error comes in, is timesing by this 4. We don't just times by 4 because this 4 represents 40. I'm going to times by 10 by putting the 0 down first and then times by the 4. 4 7s are 28, carry 2, 4 3s are 12, 13 14, carry the 1, 4 2s are 8, plus the 1 is 9. There's so many parts that are prone to error. 2 and 0 is 2, 2 and 8 is 10, carry 1, 4 and 1 makes 9. There's lots of numbers in here that make things a little bit confusing. 9 and 1 is 10, so I've got 0 and carry the 1. So the answer I get is, hopefully that's the right one, 10,902. Most often you can tell this isn't right because people get very small answers because they don't put the 0 in there. Now, the more common way for people to be taught that don't really get on with the standard way is some box method, some grid method, where we're breaking the number up into the hundreds, tens and units and the tens and units and just multiplying these bits up, and then eventually we'll add it up to get the answer. Now this is better because it sets it out in more detail so you can see all the numbers, but again, still problem with this is the zeros. 40 times 200, well there's 1, 2, 3 zeros in this calculation, so I'll write those down first and I'm left with 2 times 4, which is 8. 40 times 30, got 2 zeros, and then I've got 4 times 3, which is 12. 40 times 7 is 1 0 and 4 7s are 28. 6 times 200, 2 zeros and 12, 6 2s are 12. 6 times 30 is 1 0 and 18, and 6 7s are 42. And then we'd have to do a column addition to add all those things up. So we get 8,000 plus 1,200, 280. And if you miss a 0 in one of these things, it's going to mess the whole thing up and you get nowhere near the answer. Now, here's the method I actually like for doing very big calculations. I call it Napier's bone, sometimes people call it the Chinese method, which is sort of a combination of the two things. We split the boxes up in diagonals. We write 237 across the top, and down this side we put 46, 4 and 6. And then we just do the single digit multiplications. So it gets rid of the zeros that tend to cause a problem with this grid method. But it introduces a new complexity, which is the diagonals. And the diagonals take the place of the zeros, because when we're adding, we add along the diagonals. So when I'm trying to add these together, I'm going to add everything in this diagonal, which is just the number 2. And then I'm going to add this diagonal up, which is 12 and 8 is 20. So 0 carry the 2, just like we would in normal addition. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 1, 8 and 1 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 and 0 is 1, so I've got 1, 0, 9, 0, 2, which is the same as that one. And I'm guessing that would be the same if I did finish that one off. Now, there are ad hoc ways of doing it. Some people will break it down and just do maybe 200 times 46, and then 30 times 46, and 7 times 46. If you can do those multiplications, some people can. But again, unless you're really good with your numbers, it's prone to error. Let's just repeat. I'm going to repeat these two methods again for this calculation. As I said with the column method, I don't think you should use it unless you're already happy with it. and if you are, you're probably not watching this video. Okay, here we go. Put the zeros down first. 1, 2, 3. I could go through this whole question and put the zeros down before I even start. That might be a way of organising yourself so you don't get the zeros wrong. 7 times 3 is 21. 3 5s are 15. 3 3s are 9. 9 7s are 63. 9 5s are 45. And 9 3s are 27. And then we've got this to add up. I'm going to do it over here. 21,000, 6,330, 1,500, 450, 90, 27. Add all those up. Okay, I'm going to have to write it over here a little bit. So it's going to be 7. Add all those. 5, 9 and 2 gives me 11, 16, carry 1. 9 plus 1 is 10, 11, 12, 13, carry 1. 8 plus 1 is 9, and then there's a 2 there. So it should be 29,367. Let's try it again with the diagonals. And with this method, I can do really big calculations. If you know your tables, you can do really big calculations quickly. Oh, and if you've got a calculation that is less than 10, you put a 0 in the top half. 3 5s are 15, 21, 63, 45 and 27. Add up the diagonals. 7, 11 and 5, 16, carry 1, 4, 8, 13, carry 1, 2, 3, 9 and 2, so 2, 9, 3, 6, 7. There we go. Always causes people problems multiplying, but it's always going to be there, so you need to be able to do it.